Lozenger.
Ah, okay. I just knew you had been digging in the mix. Are we live now?
We are
All
live.
All right.
How we doing, ladies?
We
Real
are
good.
doing, yeah.
Okay.
How you
Doing
doing?
this way.
I'm
That
doing
one.
good. Doing good.
Oh
Doing
yeah,
good.
you have to. I think you have to stay closer to me.
So you can have that ear.
Yeah.
I promise to play nice.
We hope you guys are all doing well. Oh, before we forget, just in case somebody logs off before we're done, we want to announce the location. Did we announce it? We announced it last week, but we want to reiterate.
Our 16th Street Bar is where we're going to be on Saturday for our next in-person.
May 18th.
And where is it?
It's at 16th Street Bar, 75 East 16th Street, Chicago, Illinois.
3 p.m. I'm not even going to tell you the ending time because we don't want you guys coming an hour late.
Be there at 3. Conversations
o'clock.
start at 3 p.m.
Maybe we should
Going
do
down too.
the
It's going
trickery
down.
and say it starts at 2.
Yeah.
So you can be there at 3. 3 p.m. sharp. Seriously.
We have had people tell us what they want to talk about. So we have some interesting topics for you.
I'm not going to break discipline and say nothing.
No.
It's hard.
Self-control.
It's
Self-control.
hard. It's hard.
Yeah. But tonight, guys, we are talking about, can you age out of a fling? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I mean, it has to be because we talk about, you know.
It has to be?
It has to be, yes, because we talk about our show being about life after 50, and we always talk about things we left in the past. We age out of so many other things. I would have to think that, you have to age out of flings.
I think it's a great notion,
Concept?
concept.
So at what age do you think people age out of flings? What age did you age out of flings?
Yesterday.
Like
Nah.
today o'clock. But I mean, I know that it's something that I have to get towards because, I mean, when I look at a fling, I look at it as, it's almost like I'm giving myself a pass for the behavior that I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. After 50, there should be a part where your life, things have more permanence. And a fling is just what it is. It's a fling. And it's that time where, it's like a hall pass. We give ourselves permission to do something that we wouldn't normally do. And we kind of justify a period of behavior that, I don't know, after 50, you should start to age out, I think.
Yeah, I thought that was going to happen. I thought that, coming out of a divorce and entering the dating world, I had one real relationship pretty much coming out of the dating world. And then I just thought that, and I haven't dated really, and I haven't because I don't think many men our age look at relationships as a positive. I think that they want to, and they know the benefits of relationships. But I think right now, many people are just living their best lives and just looking for friends with benefits. And I think many women are looking for relationships. I think a lot of men want the benefits of the relationships. So I think a lot of women go into a dating relationship thinking like, oh, it's casual now, but it may turn into something, which sometimes it could, but not very often. So it's kind of made me retreat.
So I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree with the part about, I do think that men look at relationships as a positive. I don't think they look at it as not positive because of the benefits that they get from the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like most men don't want just one relationship, that they want several.
Right. Several relationships or several women, because that would just be flings. They want several relationships.
They want the benefits of several
of what the different women can provide.
Right, whether it's a fling or whether it's a relationship, because there are probably different benefits from both of those things.
Yeah.
But I think
that's true.
I think the only negative would be of them thinking like, I can only have one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like I could only play with this toy, you know, forever, ever. So I think that flings, like you said, you should at some point age out of it. I don't necessarily think men do. A lot of men have already been married before, and in their mind, they may feel like, been there, done that, don't really want to do that again. I do want someone who is going to treat me like they love me like a husband. You know what I mean? I can provide certain things for them. Maybe I can make them feel safe and offer them some protection. But do I want the commitment part of it always? I don't think so. I think a lot of men want the benefits of buying the cow without buying the cow. So if you start to want it, like you said, you know, people think, oh, it could turn into something, and sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. But if a man goes into a situation, he's thinking fling, and you have given him fling vibes, you can't you can't get yourself out that box. Correct. You're in that box. The box has a lid.
So true.
And all you can do is run around that square.
Would you agree with that as a man? Do you agree?
I don't know. I think that, you know.
I mean, if you tell a woman that, you know, I don't really want anything serious, and she's like, yeah, okay, cool, yeah, me too. And then you see that she's starting to really catch feelings. Are you gonna like connect for it? Just pick her up and drop her from fleeing category to relationship?
Lean right for me.
Okay. It's tough because, you know, I've had people try to work it on me backwards, where they say, well, you know, this is not something I want to do. You know, I just want to, you know, get to know you, hang out, you know, whatever that takes, whatever that entails. I'm not really looking for anything serious. So they did it sort of as a way for me to maybe drop my defense mechanisms or whatever. I was going to assume that whatever I was giving off, that was the narrative that was given to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I did it, you know, they thought that, oh, okay, you know, once I get them and, you know, I put that thing on them.
I'm going to change his mind.
Right, I'm going to change his
Fry
mind.
some chicken and back it on up.
Right, so it was worked that way on me. But I think that as I get older, and I mean, it's really something that's been on my mind a lot lately. As I get, me personally, I'm just not on it like that. I want something. I've done all of the flinging that I need to do.
I heard.
Legal.
She's heard the stories.
So now you're looking for a relationship?
I'm looking to not do a fling. I mean, I don't want to ever put myself into a place where I'm saying I'm looking for a relationship because I don't know that I can create that.
See, but
I am
do you
looking
see
to
do you see the confusion in that though?
Yeah, I'm like either you want a relationship or you don't.
I want a relationship, but wanting a relationship and looking for a relationship are two totally separate things.
Well, she didn't ask, were you looking for one? I mean, what do you want?
No, those were her exact words. Are you
looking for a relationship?
Yeah.
So you aren't looking. You
but
desire.
I'm very open to it. I am extremely open.
Because if it happens, you are. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So when you meet someone, are you going to be like, I'm not looking for a relationship, but if it happens, that's great? Mm-hmm. Because that gives off fling vibes.
I'm gonna tell her, and you know that hey, I'm looking to be with somebody. I'm looking for something that has some permanence, and I'm gonna have that conversation. That's something that I know that in the past I didn't do. I just allowed things to, you know, they're gonna happen organically. Bullshit, you know, it's not gonna happen like that. You have to have conversations, and for me, we're having those conversations. We're gonna talk about those things.
Well, I think things do happen organically, though. I think
they
friendships start organically. You and I have a connection, and then, you know, we talk, and then we have more of a connection, and then you find out you have chemistry, and then the next thing you know, you're like, wow, we like the same foods, we like the same things, we like the same music, and something morphs into something else, something greater. So that is organic. What's not organic is trying to fit a square inside of a circle. Like, I'm just going to keep trying this because I don't want to be alone, or I just want to fling, or
let me say this. For me personally, I'm stating my intentions. What I want is what I'm going to ask for and what I'm going to require. And I hope that the people that the person, however that works, I hope that they do the same thing with me.
You're gonna ask for what you want and what you require. So when you meet someone, you're gonna give them a list, a roadmap to your happiness.
No, so you made it a PowerPoint presentation with slides and all that. No, I'm looking for something with permanence. I'm going to say that up front.
I'm laughing because a guy that I was talking on the phone to a few months ago was like, and I told Janae about it. Tell me everything you want in a man.
You like,
What? I would never.
let me get my pen and paper.
13, so you can pretend to be everything that I'm looking for. So I'm not giving you a roadmap to my heart. Yeah, no, you just show me who you are.
You dodged
That's
the
why
bullet
I
with that
tried
one
to-
anyway.
I know,
Right.
I know.
Yeah.
How do I sign up for working out with my girlfriend?
Right.
No.
So, I think a lot of women tend to, and this is a mistake, but they tend to go into something thinking that if I tell him what I think he wants to hear, then it'll be cool.
Right.
Like you said, maybe they go in there saying, no, I'm just looking for a friend. But then again, you do that when that's really not what you want. You have put yourself in that box that I'm talking
Pigeonholed
about.
yourself there
And you're
forever.
stuck.
Forever.
It's it's quicksand.
Well, at least that's what I've heard from other men. Now, I mean,
That has certainly
that's a
been
blanket statement.
been my situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
A person comes into it and they're like, man, I'm not really looking for anything serious, and I'm like, okay. And then it starts, and
How
they're
do you
like,
feel when you hear that though? Are you like, cool, yay? I don't have to. Do you feel like,
Fling.
whew, exhale? Like I don't have to do much. I don't have to do anything.
it's
I'm ahead and
situational,
quit.
I mean, I don't want to sit here and tell the story like every time I hear it, I'm like, yeah, I got one. This will get me through the summer. But sometimes that's not what I want to hear. Sometimes I'm feeling you. I want to see where this can go. I don't, I want some masterpiece stuff. No limits. But when you put a limit on something, especially if it's not what you really want, that's kind of hurtful.
How do you know it's not what they really want?
I'm saying in the cases that it's worked out that way.
Oh, okay.
I can never really ascertain what somebody truly, really wants
Right.
at the point in which they say it. I don't have that ability.
Right. You say it, I have to believe it.
Right.
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 But it is a they do themselves a disservice. Is all I really have to say about that. Not stating your true intentions is a mistake.
Yeah, it is.
It's a mistake.
I think with the fling too, the fling it's important because my view of a fling is that you're doing something that you don't normally do. Unless your entire life is flings, and you give yourself a period of behavior that what you would normally do is permissible. And that when I look at a fling, I see it like that. It's like a hall pass.
So I will say this. I think that there could be rules to flings. And I think there probably are, depending on the people and what they establish. For instance, there might be somebody who says, hey, I don't want to know what you're doing. As long as when we're together, it just needs to be about us. And it needs to be about me. And I need to feel like I'm the only one. And then, you're like, okay. So then you navigate the 3 hours that you're together like this is the only person on the planet. And if that's what makes that person feel fulfilled, then yay. But then you may have somebody else that's like, you had made a comment about, I can't remember exactly what we were talking about because we talk about too many things. But what you had said was the side chick wasn't really playing her role as a side chick.
Right.
Like she was stepping out. She was trying to be the main chick.
Right.
When really she was the side chick. And she knew it, but
many of them do.
She got confused in the process, right? So what I'm saying is somebody else may say in a fling, we free. We could just do whatever,
But you do have to have rules, and you do have to have boundaries, because if you're going to be, at this age, everybody should be pretty good at communicating. We've been talking for 20, 30 years, and we should be able to communicate our feelings. We should be able to receive that. So if you're meeting somebody and you're deciding, okay, we're gonna have this fling. This is something we're gonna have at this age. If you see me on a date, how are you going to respond? Because just because it's a fling or friends with benefits, it doesn't really stop the other person from dating, does it? Because
Right.
I may be having a fling with, okay, now let me take myself out of it because I don't want
Someone.
anybody DMing me.
Someone
Yeah,
may be having.
someone may be having a fling with Jack Spratt, and then I couldn't think of any other name. Maybe having a fling with someone, and then another person walks by, and that's like, oh my gosh, fireworks, love of my life, and now I'm gonna tell my fling, it's over. It's nice meeting you, but it's over. So there are rules to that, and then it's because some people catch feelings. It's like, oh my goodness, because flings can last months. And when you see somebody all the time, whether it's at work or you interact with them, you start to wonder how they're doing, what they're doing, and feelings.
I knew of a person, two people, it was two ladies, and they were both flinging with the same guy.
Ooh.
And
Did they know it?
they did not know it, but the girls knew each other. They just didn't know that they were flinging with the same guy. So when they were at the same function,
Do I need some popcorn?
no, when they were at the same function,
At some point, did this lose its R rating?
it became a brawl.
Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah, it became.
Wait, did he go to the function with one of them and then the other was there?
I don't know if he came or not, but he was literally having a conversation. You can tell body language that this is more than a friendship kind of
so
thing.
he was there.
He was
So
there.
all three of them were in the same.
They were, yes. And one of the other flames was like, hey, what's going on? And it was like, what do you mean what's going on? And it was like an altercation. Because, again, there were no rules, like you said. They didn't have that conversation. What's going to happen if you see me
Right.
out? Well, that conversation was never had.
She was never given the side chick handbook.
Not she either.
Either was never given
Right.
the side chick handbook. Okay.
Right. Or, yeah, they were just flying by the
Yeah,
seat of their
you
pants.
gotta have rules of the road because otherwise it's just accidents and chaos everywhere.
I just don't think that men age out of it. And maybe I'm being a little biased, but maybe women don't either. Maybe there's some women that don't age out of it. I feel like you are going to, for as long as you have breath in your lungs, find situations that are just flings.
But do women just say that because they just want a piece of
Most.
a man or a piece of companionship, or they just feel like
Crumb of a
something
man.
something is better than nothing. I'm tired of the roles and I want a real man. Is that what is happening? You
Well,
think?
I think a lot of it has to do with that.
The reason that I'm sticking to my definition is because whenever somebody refers to a woman, refers to a fling,
I'm sorry, reiterate what your definition.
it's a pass for a period of behavior that's not necessarily something that you normally do. So,
What, a fling?
a fling.
That's what he says it.
And the reason I say that is
A
because
pass for
For
behavior
a
of
period of past behavior that is not something that you normally do. Because whenever I'm listening to a woman talk about a fling, and she calls it that, the things that I'm hearing them say is that, oh yeah, he was just a fling. That was just something. That was
But that doesn't mean that they don't normally do it.
I'm trying to understand what
I'm
the
saying
behavior is that
they're-
they normally do.
I'm saying that they're being dismissive about the person and the period of time, what occurred, and who that person was. That's been my experience.
So they're trying to downplay the
The
relationship
behavior and
because
the
there
person.
really wasn't a relationship.
Yes.
So now we have to just be like, oh, that was just.
Exactly. That was just a fling.
But they didn't. But they wanted more. It just didn't work that.
I can't
Work out.
speak. I can't speak to their motivation, but they were that whole situation was made to be less than by explaining it away as it being a fling. Oh, that was just a fling.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a fling. And I mean, maybe that's my experience. Maybe that's or what I'm hearing, but I don't know if that's the true universal definition. But when I hear it, that's how I process it.
So another avenue, I guess you can call it, women who have been in like marriages and they kind of finally get free from maybe this marriage they've been trying to divorce themselves from.
Say what now?
Don't be
Not
putting
you,
your hand
right.
up all fast.
Not exactly.
You might
No.
want to pull that hand
You
down.
might wanna keep that
I know
one
where she's going.
They go on like a fling spree.
Yeah.
Oh, I know somebody who did that.
Yeah.
So
She
definitely
was
keep your
fucking
hand down.
everybody.
But yeah.
I was like, goodness gracious, slow down.
And it was like somebody who had just gotten out of jail and they were just like, oh, fling over here, fling over there. I got a fling for you,
get some, you get some.
Yeah.
Everybody gets some.
So, maybe maybe it meets that definition. It's not what they would normally do, but it was definitely what they were doing for this period of time because they felt like they had to.
And if you were to ask her, or if she were to have an opportunity to date a similar type guy, would she do it again? Or if she were to talk about that guy who had just gotten out of prison, let's say, would she describe him as, it's just a fling?
Well, I think, okay, because I said I know somebody who did that, and I don't consider what she was doing dating anybody.
Mm-hmm.
She was
flinging.
She was flinging it everywhere.
Yeah.
Flinging it to, and it was to the point where we were like, you're flinging it to our friends' ex-husbands, and it just like it was blurred lines, and we were just like, oh my God.
The boundaries were
they were blurred.
non-existent.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but I think when you have that type of behavior, then it becomes like a question mark of like, are you healed? Are you you're just looking for comfort. I don't think that's, I think it has less to do with sex as it is with just, I need the intimacy. I need somebody to hold me. I need somebody to look at me like I'm valuable, because some people go through divorce and they feel less than. They feel they
were lonely
wounded.
in their marriage.
They feel very wounded.
Yeah.
So they look for external comfort
And
in the bedroom.
And listening to both of you all, if there is a period of behavior with multiple flings, there is, that's a red flag for me. That something is different. Something has changed.
I was going to ask you. So if you meet a woman and she was just like, and you were like, you just met her. Oh yeah, we're Facebook friends. I see we have like all these guys in common. And she's like, oh, you know so and so. Yeah, it was just a fling. So and so. Yeah, it was just a fling. All right, now how would you feel about that if like you named off 10 guys, acquaintances, and she was like, yeah, it was just a fling.
That's a lot.
Do I have it enough to be number 11? Maybe. What's in it for me? What's the benefit of being 11? Maybe I do, maybe I don't, if I'm honest. And if I'm trying to build a relationship, then I have to look at it and approach it a little differently. But if I'm comfortable in being number 11,
You'd be willing to build a relationship with her? Then
you're taking her question, and instead of internalizing it and giving us Gary's real feeling here, you're giving us hypothetical.
I gotta bring it all out.
Yeah, like that was a question she was really trying to get to the answer.
How would you feel knowing that 10 of your friends had hit it? Like she was just like, it was a fling. So it
would give me pause.
Okay.
Because of your bro code.
Yeah.
And she's in somebody's protective custody.
Yes.
Okay. So.
Because of your bro code, or is it because you don't want to be with somebody, you don't want to be out trying to build a relationship with somebody that you know that
flings.
she's flinged it all up and down.
Yeah, but I mean, my history is not great, so I can't go passing judgment on people all of a sudden. So I'm open
that's
to it.
That's big of you, because I feel like there is a double standard between men and women. I don't feel like women
we
get
make
to
the rules. We get to make it great for me and bad for you.
Yeah, women don't get to behave like men and it be okay. And it be like, I was just
But you know
flinging.
But we end up putting titles on stuff. I mean, I talked to you all about the Boyfriend Act. Mm-hmm. So people get to do these different things.
But this person in this example wasn't claiming anybody.
Right, there was no Boyfriend Act enacted.
Like, you may have even started that conversation off with this person and said, when was your last relationship? And she was like, well, when I was 18. Well, what have you been doing since then? Flinging, you know what I mean?
But
flinging hard.
But I mean, with anybody at this age, I'm going to have to assume that somebody has a past.
Yeah.
And am I willing to deal with that? Have you shown me that you have enough value for me to want to work through those things?
So you're saying you would.
I could.
So you're capable.
So
I'm capable.
But like you have stated many a times that you are not interested in fixing anybody. You're not interested in dealing with a bunch of baggage. You're not interested in it's just a lot you don't want to have to put up with.
Mm-hmm.
You might be putting up with some stuff in this situation.
It depends on what was the length of time. How long ago was she? But I'm gonna say the words because you all won't say it.
She said 10. 10
how long ago
flings.
was she what?
How long ago was she in her whole phase? So if it was if it was a long time ago, I might have to look at that. I might have to pray about it. I don't know. But if it was it was part of her hot girl summer last year. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, so when we started this conversation, you said that I would like to think that we have aged out of that. I don't think so.
Me either.
I don't think so. So I just.
I'm not saying a blanket statement though. That is not what I'm doing because some people have. But when we say as a whole, I don't think that flings are something of the past. I do feel like they exist. Do I feel like certain people feel like I'm not interested in that? I only want a relationship. That would be me. I feel like yes, those people exist.
So in theory, can a person age out? I mean, can a person age out of flings?
Yes.
Well, yeah, we can do anything.
Yeah.
We can age out, we can fall in love, we can even in our minds unfuck somebody. So we can do. I can even identify as a size 2 if I want to, but we can do anything. But I'm saying I just don't think by and large that at this age people are not flinging or aging out or thinking that it's not appropriate. I think just the opposite. People are like, yeah, if you're with it, I'm with it. I was at an event and I saw people coupling up and leaving together. I mean, I just, and I'm pretty sure it was a fling. I'm pretty sure that they weren't trying to have relationships.
And you also know that people who are in relationships who are trying to start a fling with somebody else. So I mean,
that's why I said that's all I'm going to say because
it exists
in a relationship with someone.
I want to explain because you all always often ask me. I'm here for the man's perspective.
Right.
The reason that men start to do it or it happens is not the altruistic. I've become smarter and wiser and I no longer want to do that. They get tired of dealing with the drama. It's hard. It's hard to be with one woman. It's almost impossible at times.
Really?
Yeah, it's very difficult to be with one person.
Okay.
And you have to really work at it. And I mean, I'm not saying man, woman, man. It's both ways. It's hard to be with one person. So when a man gets to that point, when he's been in a relationship, at some interval, he's like, I just don't want to deal with the drama. It's not that I don't want to deal. I don't want to do these things. I don't want to have sex with different women. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I'm tired of dealing with the drama.
What drama?
Of another person, just the whole fling energy, the getting caught, the trying to put it back together, a person in a relationship,
the aftermath,
the aftermath. Yes.
So you lost me because I initially thought that you said
I did too.
that it's hard being with one person. Mm-hmm. So I thought you were leading into like why it was so hard, but then you went to like
the cheaters part of it.
Why that was hard.
Okay.
And so I don't know what the man's perspective is at this point because both things are now hard.
No, the being with someone is hard. And then when you're with someone and you're trying to do something outside of your relationship, men just get tired of the drama. And with the in the case of a fling.
So the drama wasn't with his woman or his wife. The drama was with
the potential
fling.
The potential drama. The potential drama.
All right.
I'm sorry, I saw you disconnected there for a second.
What happened? Okay.
We need to start at the beginning.
All right. So he doesn't want to deal with
the drama.
Potential drama, whatever.
That's a mature man. That's a mature man who says, you know what, I've done enough, and I don't.
But we've seen men
But even
flinging.
even in the mature man, it gets beaten out of you. You go through so much stuff that you get to that point where you have an epiphany. You're like, I cannot live like this. I cannot keep doing this. I am the common denominator. And I'm not speaking for all men in all instances. We all know people that are, going to take the statistics either way. I get it.
Are we talking about the minority right now? Is this the
I'm
minority?
sitting here listening like,
Because I want to say this is great. I would love that men would say, you beat it out of me. You beat the hoe out of me. I don't even want to fling anymore. But I don't think that's.
I don't think.
I'll say this. As I talk to my friends, our peers who are in our peer group, a lot of them are coming with the, man, I'm not trying to do all of that. I don't want to have all of that drama. I don't want to do all of this other stuff. I don't want to, I don't, even in just a situation where you're going to be that person's fling, it's like, it's expensive to date now. People have different expectations. So I can't take you to a movie. I got to take you here. I got to do that. You want to go out of town. It's a lot. It's a huge investment for something that may not have permanence. Now, maybe I have enough money to play at that level. That's fine. But by and large, man, people, I'm hearing guys and they're like, no, I'm not investing in something that they're going to be with this. And I'm hearing that more and more.
So it's not that they're getting away from having a fling because of the drama. They're just tired of paying to play.
Right. I gotta take you to, the Ocho Rios. This. I gotta do that.
So it's money.
That's part of the motivation.
Like I can't afford to set up shop and have a woman that I'm taking care of and then having my side chick too.
Mm-hmm.
So then the side chick is pissy.
So that's not really aging out. That's just his pocketbook. The money isn't long enough, or he's becoming more frugal, and he's like, I need to save this money for, retirement. I don't know, but it doesn't sound like he's aging out of it. To me, that doesn't sound like maturity. It just sounds like a business decision. Like,
right.
I don't want to be in the red.
I can't afford this anymore.
Right.
But was that business decision brought on by having done it for so long and, getting the same results? I'm going to do something different. Even though it may not necessarily be maturity, because I've been in the game so long and I know that I have much more time behind me than I do in front of me, I'm going to make better decisions. It's age. Age is a factor.
Okay, I see your point if you're going to twist it and maneuver it that way.
Yeah, and now that it's in a pretzel.
I want to get legal. Legal, I'd like you to make this sound.
Like, no.
That isn't a knot, right? Turn it inside out and upside down. And
flip it.
Right.
Reverse it. So
it's interesting. I don't know if I agree, though. I would love to agree. I just don't I do.
I promise you it's what I'm hearing. I promise you when I talk to my friends, more and more of them, and I mean, that was a lot of the reason that we ended up having this as a topic, because more and more people I'm hearing are saying, no, man, I'm ready to.
So let me just tell you, you're sitting here with two people that really don't go out like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the probability of us seeing stuff like this with our eyes should be very low, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the case. We see it happening. Like literally, eyes see
people hooking
up, talking to people on the phone. This is what's happening. This is what happened in my life. So.
I mean,
your friend group is like great then.
I'll say this: it's not like it ended May 1st. I mean, it's a gradual pull. But I'm telling you, the narrative of the conversations that I'm hearing more and more are people saying, you know what, man. And all men like to be adored. All men like to be adulated. All men like to, feel as though they can still, they can still do this and they can still do that. But when I talk to my friends, and I have a very good friend group, when I talk to them, more and more of them are like, man, that was fine, but I'm 50 now, I'm 60. Mm-hmm. Some stuff has to have permanence.
Let me ask this question. Mm-hmm. If a man meets a woman and they're hitting it off,
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't state his intention. If he can't say, or he doesn't say, I'm looking for a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
should the woman automatically feel and perceive it that he is not, that this is going to be a fling? If you can't say what you want,
Well,
because I don't.
I'll take that a step further. That woman has to not only ask for it, but to require it if that's what
No,
she
that's
wants.
not. That's not what I asked you. Don't take it a step further. Leave it where it is. If you don't tell the woman, Sarah, Sally, Sheila, whoever, hey, I'm looking for something permanent. You know, what you want? If you don't say that to a woman that you have met, but you like, we can go out, we can hook up, should she automatically feel like that's not what he wants? We've had a conversation. I told him what I was looking for, but he didn't say that back. Should
If he says we can hook up.
like, we can go out? I'll take you on. Sure, we can go to the movies. Sure, we can go out to dinner. But you have never stated, I'm looking for something permanent. Should I assume? Should the woman assume that?
I don't ever. I mean, at this stage of our development, I don't think that you should assume anything.
So if a man doesn't state what he wants, if he can't, like you said, I'm stating my
When
intentions.
they've had the conversation.
When they've had the conversation, is it a fling that they're developing?
I don't know that it's a fling. I mean, pre-dating, dating. I mean, it's.
Because you said things don't happen organically. I disagree, and I said they do. But I mean, if you state your intentions, but you don't state them this time, is it just a fling in your head because you haven't stated the intentions?
I mean, I feel like if I don't state my intentions, I'm doing what I'm being allowed to do, and even though I might be allowed to do something, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna state my intentions. That's where I am.
Do you
But
always do that? Do you
but if
always
a-
state your intentions?
My question was if
I'm evolving.
another guy.
I mean, the 10-year ago.
No,
year,
I mean now. Do you
Now,
always-
yeah, I say mine. This is what I want. This is what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Even if it's not what you're looking for, like you told me, you told somebody, I think I'd be a better friend to you than, someone for you to date.
We're definitely having a tough conversation
Because you didn't feel it.
She wanted to date and be in
Yes.
a relationship and you.
and that's the worst thing because when you still do that, that person stays close, and everybody has waited somebody out and won and lost also, but won. And the waiting out or thinking that you can fix somebody, if I'm telling you all along this is never gonna be, and more importantly, I'm not taking advantage of it. I'm not, we're not having a sexual relationship.
Right.
And I mean, I've met some.
Now that I understand.
Yeah, I've met some people that had a very loose relationship with sanity, and when you string them along,
Oh, yeah.
it's not. It's a very very unhealthy thing.
It
I'm
makes-
telling
it
you the
makes people
truth,
crazy.
and
They
we're
play
not
with their
playing the
emotions.
games. I don't want the honey. I don't want the milk. I don't want the cow. I don't want none of it. And I'm gonna tell you
That's
flat
very
out,
mature.
it got beat into me.
It is very mature because some men are just like, you know what?
You have to learn the hard way.
Some men would say, yeah,
You're giving it to me, so I'll take
want
it.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and they'll
Yeah.
just dip in, dip out.
I mean, if you at this age, if you're still making conquests, I mean, that says a lot more about you than
Yeah.
what you're doing.
I agree.
But I think for women, I think that if you are not interested in a fling, state that in the beginning. Like,
Absolutely.
if you just here for fun for the summer, that's not what I'm interested in.
Right.
And then he's either going to tell the truth and say, me either, or, okay, well, yeah, this is not going to be a good fit. You know what I mean? Maybe he will, maybe he won't, but at least you have stated your truth.
Right.
And just, hope that they are meeting you where you're at.
That's the other part of it is that somebody will say, oh yeah, that's cool, and
Yeah.
not so much.
Yeah. But I'm going to say this. If you've never been to their house, it's a fling. If you don't go out in public, it's a
You
fling.
can't call them at
If
night.
you can't call them at night, it's a fling. If they got 2 or 3 cell phones, you child, it's a fling.
And they leave the other 2 in their car
Right.
at your house.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, all that. Or they don't park in front of your house. They parking down the street. All of that says that this is not
They don't call you when they're at home. They just call you when they're out or at work.
in the car. The car buddy. Yeah, all that.
Not the infamous telephone boyfriend.
That's the thing. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've beat that one down.
That's a sensitive top, being beat down.
Oh yeah. You still bruised from your past.
Yes.
Oh my
So we
goodness.
would like to know your thoughts.
Yeah.
Can you age out of a fling?
Can you age out of flings? I don't think so, but I like to hear from you.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. I would love for men
But
to be able
it's
to
not
age
about
out.
all about what we think. We want to hear your thoughts. So
Yeah.
drop your thoughts in the comments.
And
Please.
come check us out on Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah, because you all listen
It's
to
16th
us.
Street Bar.
75 East 6th Street. But you all listen to us on these shows, and we thank you for that. We love you. We appreciate you. But we want to hear what you have to say.
And this is a time for you to tell us what you think. This is a time to use your voice and let us know.
Yes. So we will see you Saturday at 3 p.m. at 16th Street Bar.
75 East 16th Street.
Chicago, Illinois.
3 p.m. Central Standard Time.
You got it. All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday. And anything else we need to talk about?
That's it.
Okay. All
Bring a
right.
friend on Saturday. You all are exceptional people. Just you coming by yourself, that's not enough. We want you to not only come, but bring a friend. If somebody could benefit from this, somebody needs to get out the house. Come on, come see us Saturday. 3
Everybody
o'clock.
could benefit from these
16th Street Bar.
conversations.
Come on.
Yeah.
See you soon. Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
I just noticed this square ring light here.
Yeah, I got a new one.
It's nice. That's very nice. That was a good conversation. That was a good topic.
Oh, yeah.